We call this box offense because we start in a box here. But it's a continuity offense, meaning there's a lot of the same cuts and a lot of the same screens. It's really good for getting some ball movement and getting some cuts to the basket. When we just need a little structure, this is what we go to. We'll start with the point guard up top. She can pick either side here. It doesn't matter which way she goes. Once she enters the ball, though, she is going to cut through off the high post, a UCLA cut there, and end up back out into the corner to space the floor a little bit. If she doesn't get it, she's just going to wait patiently, and then eventually she's going to get another screen. Now, what is true for every player is that when you are at the point here, your job is to either attack the hoop or reverse the basketball every single time, and then you screen away after you make that pass, that reversal. So now we'll talk about the guards on the bottom, the 2 and the 3. They're going to get a down screen here. When they catch the ball initially on the wing here, the first thing they should do is look to see if they can drive baseline. Otherwise, they're going to look for the point guard cutting through on that UCLA cut. If it's not there, their job is to get the ball reversed. And then they're going to cut off the high post. Now, which way they cut, which side of the high post they go to, the defense will dictate to them which way to go depending on how they're being guarded. So the cuts will be different every time, and you might go different routes every time, but you're going to make that cut, and you're going to usually stop through that block to try to find that layup. So the first post we'll talk about the one on the far block, elbow over there. If the ball doesn't come to your side, you're going to get another down screen, and you're going to end up being the reversal here. So there's kind of a double down screen there. Again, once you get the ball at the point, your job is to either attack the basket or reverse the basketball. And immediately after you reverse the basketball, you need to screen away again to get some action going on the backside. So at some point, you're going to end up with one of the 4 wings out there, and you're going to be looking for those cutters the same way all the other guards do. So now we'll talk about the other post, the one on the near elbow over here. She is... if the ball's going to come to your side, you become kind of the designated screener for a lot of the things we do in this offense. So the first one you're going to do is screen for the point guard that comes down in the UCLA cut. And then after that, you're always kind of screening for the wing. So you might not necessarily be right at the elbow. You might be a step or 2 down towards the basket to give us a little better angle there. But regardless, when you come across, you should always be ready to catch the ball, because when you do come across, it's your girl that's probably going to help out on the cutter. And so when you catch it at the high post there, you have an opportunity to rip through and go to the opposite block. So here's a much more elongated version of it where there's multiple reversals and multiple cuts off the high post. The best thing about this offense really is that it does give us some structure and some motion, and it puts in some screens that allow us to really just get the ball moving. The one thing you do have to remember is that when you're at the point, you have to reverse the ball, and then you have to screen away every single time without fail. If you are throwing the ball to the point, you are always going to be the next cutter. If you are the high post, every time you come across, make yourself available, because if you get the ball, there's opportunities to drive across the lane and get to the other side of the hoop. If you are on the weak side and you are getting the ball reversed to you, you have opportunities to play one-on-one, because you have that whole side of the floor open to you to attack and go after the basket as well. So there's a lot of good things in this offense.